Ichigo's acceptance of his hollow side as a part of himself and his ability to draw strength from it when necessary was one of the most crucial aspects of the whole Bleach anime storyline. Of course, Ichigo lost his Shinigami abilities after fighting Aizen, only to reclaim them through the events of the Lost Substitute Shinigami arc. Since then, however, he has never used his hollow mask before forging his Sanpacto. So why did Ichigo stop using his hollow mask once he regained the Shinigami power? One of the things we learned during the earlier episodes of the Bleach anime, particularly during the Soul Society invasion arc, was that Ichigo Kurosaki was not only a Shinigami but also a hollow since he inherited this part of himself from his mother. In that regard, Ichigo could access his hollow form to become even stronger. But it was only during the Arrancar arc that he found a way to use his hollow mask to temporarily boost his powers. His hollow form was so strong that he was able to beat that extremely strong Arrancar Ulquiorra Cipher with his full hollowification.
Damn it all. I never thought it was possible to be defeated by a hollowified human. Go ahead. After all, I lost to you. My life no longer has any meaning. Do it.
However, what is known about Ichigo and his hollowification is that he occasionally struggled with his control, particularly when the hollow form grew too powerful for him to contain. However, he was unable to use this hollow side after the final Getsuga Tensho attack on Aizen, which caused him to lose his Shinigami powers. Did Ichigo really lose his hollow abilities then? No, Ichigo never lost his hollow powers because they have always been a part of who he is. His hollow side came from the fact that his mother was infected by the hollow named White, who passed his hollowification on to her before his death. While Masaki Kurosaki was carrying Ichigo in her womb, White's hollowification made its way to Ichigo. As a result, his hollow side had always been a part of him. When Ichigo lost his Shinigami powers after the fake Karakura town arc, the only thing he lost actually was his ability to use his hollow capabilities. And the Thousand-Year Blood War arc clarified now Ichigo's hollow side joined with his Shinigami abilities to form his real Sanpacto.
Have you figured it out yet, Goichi? Huh? I'm talking about the reason why this Asauchi turned white the moment that it touched you! No, it reminds me of the hollow within me. That's right! This guy is the hollow within you. What I'm trying to tell you is this hollow is your true Zanpakuto, Goichi!
During the Fullbring storyline in the Lost Substitute Shinigami arc, Ichigo regained his Shinigami powers 70 months after Aizen's defeat because the Gotei 13 captains thought that he was deserving of regaining them. He was able to utilize these Shinigami powers once more, yet he never lost his hollow side.
This is a special sword that Kisuke prepared specifically for you, Ichigo. Thanks to this, I was able to give you Soul Reaper powers once again. It's extremely effective.
Listen carefully. We put all of our spirit energy into that sword. That's more than enough to restore Ichigo's Soul Reaper powers.
And the reason for this is because since his hollow and Shinigami powers merged when his mother was carrying Ichigo, his hollow side was always been deeply connected to the Shinigami powers. Ichigo only lost access to his hollow powers because they combined with his Shinigami powers. He therefore lost his hollow powers for the 17 months between the defeat of Aizen and the Fullbring storyline. Why did Ichigo stop using his mask after regaining his Shinigami powers? We notice that although while Ichigo never lost his hollow abilities, even when he lost and then regained his Shinigami powers, he didn't use his hollow mask during the Fullbring storyline. In the early part of the Thousand-Year Blood War and before his fake Sanpacto broke, he also stopped from using his hollow powers. So why, after recovering his Shinigami powers, did Ichigo stop using his mask? The reason Ichigo quit using his hollow mask was never given. But it's also possible that he simply made the decision to stop using the mask since he felt his strength was enough even though without it. Additionally, Ichigo eventually learned how to control his Fullbring powers. which helped him in the development of his Shinigami powers. As a result, Ichigo was already so powerful during the Quincy's first attack on Soul Society that among all the Shinigami in Soul Society, he was probably second only to Yamamoto in strength, not including the Royal Guards. Ichigo didn't need to use his Hollow Mask because he was already capable of competing with some of the toughest foes that Bleach has to offer. However, as was seen in the initial battle with Yhwach, he probably needed to use his Hollow Mask because he had no chance against the Quincy King. Then again, Yhwach was so powerful that even if Ichigo had used his holification against him, he would have lost. After getting with his new Sanpakuto, he never had to use his Hollow Mask because he could now access his Hollow form in a different way than before.
Zangetsu, I won't ask you to lend me your strength anymore. I won't tell you to stay out of my way either. And I won't ask you guys to fight alongside me. From here on out, I'll fight on my own.